So let's focus on the 4 or 5 things that I've talked about briefly, and let's get some wins. You know, let's let people see that we can improve public safety, that we can put our lights back on, that we can improve transportation, that it makes sense to look at density so that the services that we provide we can afford. You know, so those are the things that I really want to focus on. I've got another 18 months in this term, and I believe once we let people know what we've achieved already, because we haven't done that, and what's in queue over the next 6 months, 18 months, I think people will start to feel differently about the city because they will see us making progress. And that's what it's all about. You've got to give people hope and the belief that it's going to get better. But proof is in the pudding. And we've got to be able to show people so that they can feel it. And that's our challenge, and that's what we're going to be focused on for the next several months. So as our neighbors in the communities that you represent, we have a responsibility to fix the city so that the city does not have a negative impact on you. And there are things that I know that we can do together that make sense. So we'll be communicating and talking to you about some of the things that you're doing that works, things that we want to be doing. There are things that we're doing today we shouldn't be doing, and we need to get out of it. There are things that we can't afford to do any longer. So we can't continue to run the city in deficit spending. So I think we've made progress. I think I have a good team. I think people are surely held accountable. I don't have to make coffee anymore. So things are starting to improve. So let me just end by saying, you know, this week has been, the last few days in particular, been pretty tough. But I think the challenge that we had is behind us, and now it's about people coming together, doing what you can do to help. And I say that internally to my team and internally to the people in Detroit. We can't expect somebody on the outside to come in and fix our problems. We got to fix them ourselves, and if we need help, we can't be too proud to ask for it. So thank you so much for having me here today. I'll now end, and I know there are probably some questions that are much more specific to anything that I've said, and I'll be more than happy to respond to those questions.
With everything that's going on this week, I feel it's appropriate to answer this question. Who do you think is going to win the NBA fight?
I was hoping it was old timers, the Boston Celtics. But I respect Oklahoma. They got a great young team, and they got a taste of it. And I tell you, Miami got their hands full, because I think from a star standpoint, you know, the first 2 or 3 stars on each team, they're relatively equal, I think. But it's the other players that are so important right now. That's why it's a team sport. And I think Oklahoma, other players are better than Miami's other players.
Good afternoon, Mayor Bing. Thank you for being with us. It was wonderful listening to you talk today. We are very excited, at least I am, for the changes that you've made to Detroit. The question that I have for you this morning is regarding the casinos in Detroit, and really your opinion. Is the benefits that the casinos have brought to Detroit, such as the entertainment and the taxes and all that, do you feel that that outweighs the potential destruction and damage that has caused households from perpetual gamblers and addicted gamblers in Detroit?
Well, my short answer is they've been a plus for Detroit. From a construction standpoint, they created jobs. From a permanency standpoint, they create jobs. From a tax revenue standpoint, they've been very good and very consistent over a long period of time. And as a business, they are doing things in the city to be helpful, I think. They don't control who's going to come in and gamble. And, you know, that's an individual decision any individual has to make. But for the most part, if we didn't have the casinos in the city of Detroit, you'd have less entertainment, you would have less job opportunities, and it's a major investment that they've made. So I like them to pay a little bit more, but other than that, you know, I'm not a gambler like that anyway. But they've been good to the city of Detroit.
Hello, Mayor. How are you? I met you about 39 years ago. You probably don't recognize me. I valeted your car when you parked at Tiger Stadium. And I'm a third generation Detroiter, Parktown. And since then, I bought the property that you parked in, and I bought a few other buildings in that area. But what's hard for me and for a lot of people is dealing with your real estate department. It's hard to, like, for example, you have quite a bit of property that's on your books that you're not selling. And it's taking a couple of years for me just to try to buy a couple pieces of property. And I'm just wondering what you could do to change the way your real estate division is working with people like me that want to buy more additional property. And, just, that's all. Thank you.
Your name and number. I'll take care of the rest.